Hey everybody, so today here in Wytheville, Virginia at the Thomas J. Boyd Museum.
Thomas Jefferson Boyd.
Is that what it is, Jefferson? Yep. Okay, well I'm glad you filled us in on that because I had no clue. Follow us. So this is basically a meet Thomas J. Boyd. He was the father of Wytheville. Was born in June 15th of 1804.
There's the face.
He looked like. Put a face behind it. The cornerstone you see right there was a cornerstone of the Wytheville Opera House that stood at the intersection of Church and Spring Street in Wytheville. And that was, I guess, built in 1895. Now there's also a horse drinking fountain right there. And so that's that outside of the courthouse and was filled by the town's water system.
So the horses would have fresh drinking water.
Right. And then we have the mounting stone back there.
Which is what you use to mount your horses with.
Yep.
Which stood beside the cobbled roads.
Yeah, so Thomas J. Boyd Museum. Let's go see what we can see. All right, so we're inside now, the Thomas Jefferson Boyd Museum.
And we're going to be given a guided tour through the museum.
Well, at least parts of it, right?
Or at least some of it. Hello, I'm Lisa Davidson, and I'm the Senior Museum Educator for the Town of Wytheville Department of Museums. And so this is the opening of the Boyd, where you first come in. Wytheville considers Thomas Jefferson Boyd to be the father of Wytheville. He was instrumental in laying out the design of our town, and we have beautiful wide streets and lovely sidewalks. He was a lawyer, and he worked here, giving of his time pretty tirelessly to get things going. At one point, he built a hotel down near the railroad tracks once the railroad was through this area. And at that point in history, that was the tallest building in this end of Virginia. His family has donated several things from their lives to have on display.
Oh, big Holy Bible, that's a given, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
There's some beautiful old books, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that old artwork. It's falling apart.
It's still beautiful though.
This is the revolutionary roots of Southwest Virginia, and as our nation is about to celebrate its 250th anniversary of independence, we have an exhibit to commemorate the Fincastle resolutions. And this part of Virginia would have been part of Fincastle County before Wythe County was formed. And so most recently PBS has been working on a documentary, and part of our museum system was used to reenact the signing of the Fincastle resolutions. And so there are local things here that have been dug up. The actual tavern would have been down at the juncture of 7781 interstates, and of course the tavern is gone now, and the interstate goes over the site.
The town itself impressed me as a little Boston. So substantial are many of the houses. And that's a quote from a Wytheville visitor in 1866. Now I don't know that we're going to have time to get there today, but we do definitely want to check out the shot tower.
Which is in this area.
Right. Which you can see here.
It's an extremely rich and historic
importance.
Yes, this area.
on early maps of Virginia, they show the lead mines, even though other things aren't named, because that was a resource.
The lead mines, and this area of the museum highlights the lead mines of the time.
That's cool. Now this is a furnace to melt the metal, melt the lead. Oh, that is really cool. That's a lead bar made at the lead mines in Wytheville, transported in wagons by Confederate forces. Soldiers would shave off the lead off this bar to make shot for their muskets. It's amazing.
Amazing.
Them hauling it on trains. That's cool. And that blacksmith ladle. So they also have a nice little gift shop area in here. Shirts and different things for sale. I'm falling behind, so I'm gonna have to make this quick.
polio exhibit, and Wytheville was particularly hard hit. The first case was a child of one of the baseball players, and then it really spread. My mother was a young girl at this time and remembers that everybody was afraid, just like in COVID. You stayed home. She was from the Cedar Springs area. Our great uncle owned the grocery store that is now the town office. Micker Mac was run by Bus Niece, and so things became pickup, and life was much like it was in COVID. There are lots of things here that have been donated from that time, and lots of pictures. Case after case was
Horrible.
identified here in Wythe County. A lot of children were sent to Roanoke because that was the big hospital at the time. Well, in some ways it still is. In some ways this area was shut down, and just like that sign says, if you don't stop this time, we will understand. We would like for you to come back, but there is a polio outbreak here. So, and this iron lung was donated by the Lee Hale family, and for many years he was in the Guinness Book of World Records for having lived the longest in an iron lung. I think his record might have been broken since then, but I went and sang Christmas carols at Christmas from our church to minister to him, because he, of course, was a shut-in. Yes.
All right, so in 1977, Lee Hale of Wythe County, Virginia, was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the longest survivor in an iron lung. For over 30 years, Hale was dependent on this iron lung to support his breathing. At age 31, Hale was paralyzed during the 1944 polio epidemic in Wythe County. He was not expected to live more than 48 hours, but he survived with the help of the iron lung. So that is a picture of Lee Hale, and imagine being confined to this and the only thing keeping you alive for 30 years. These ports here were to help the people from the outside get in and like clean them up, that kind of thing. Of course, his head stuck out there. They would have a mirror here so he could look out into the room, or sometimes they would put like a Bible or a book up there for him to read, and of course he would have to call somebody to turn the pages for him. I just can't even imagine. Some more information. The first iron lung prototype was invented in 1927. All right, so now we're downstairs, which, how about this? They got a switchboard used by the Wytheville Telephone Company.
So all of this has been relocated here for the sake of the museum. And pretty fascinating. Like, that picture was an actual picture that was blown up. But families have donated pictures that they've had in their archives. Look,
that's amazing.
An old directory from 1959.
Yeah.
Typewriter, or adding machine maybe, and typewriter, phones, intercoms.
Yeah. Cobra phone. Now, see, I don't remember a Cobra phone in the 1960s and 1970s.
It looks to me like a dispatch phone, doesn't it?
Oh, there's an old 1950s Philco television.
Isn't that just amazing? It's just amazing. I know I never had one like this, but my grandfather did. My mom's dad did.
Yeah, I bet.
In his little apartment. That's pretty special. And then you've got your general store displayed.
Yeah, this is awesome.
These are all donations. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it says be a clerk for the day, wear the apron and run the general store. Now see, when I see the general store like this, it reminds me of the Waltons.
Oh yeah, get in here.
And look at the checkerboard.
Yepper.
Checkerboard. Awesome.
Got your old sodas.
And a 1908 Sears Roebuck catalog.
It's still intact,
Yes.
mind you.
That's awesome.
There's a Wytheville artisan and resident, and his family, when he passed away at the age of, in his 90s, I believe. 94.
Harlan Clemens.
And he passed away in 2018 at the age of 94. His family donated these artifacts that he made.
Wow. That was some talent there.
He loved his jigsaw tool. And man, did he go to town. Stunning, right? Look at these things. The intricate details.
Yeah. There's a hillbilly wallet. Really cool.
Look at the driver of the old
Right.
jalopy. Little driver in here.
Yep. Pretty awesome.
That says, can you find, Mr. Clement constructed this vintage truck with many recycled items. Can you find some of these recycled items? Parts from a lawnmower, parts from a vacuum cleaner, old shipping crate, and a bucket.
Well, I'm sure the old shipping crate is right there.
And I'm sure the bucket is his hood.
Right.
And hoses.
Well, I'm going to assume the vacuum cleaner, the lawnmower would be like that, and some of those pieces, those metal pieces. The tires would be off of the lawnmower.
Hey, there you go.
That's really cool.
Brilliant. Love it.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so then you get into the nitty gritty. Let's walk into it, honey.
Yeah, look at this horse. It's like literally a life-size horse.
Yeah, they want to push home how special these pieces are, don't they?
Right. And that would have been a wagon for the Wytheville Fire Department.
Yep. WFD.
Yep. And it actually says picture of part of the Wytheville Fire Department equipment used in a parade in 1939 and 1940.
Well, so fortunate.
Yeah, look at this wagon. And
The details.
right?
Yep.
Amazing.
Amazing. How they painted out
Yeah.
the tires.
The spokes on the right.
It was extremely special. It was a special piece of equipment. Functional and special. The ladder work.
Right.
Oy vey.
Yeah, so firefighting in the 1800s, basically bucket brigades.
You had to, yep,
Fill the bucket, hand it down the line, and
get extremely close to the house
yeah.
without any safety gear on.
Now, this is pretty cool. They actually have the Wytheville Fire Department
I see a ghost.
members. You know, that is kind of weird that there's a. It does kind of look like a ghost, or somebody photo bombing from the second floor, but that's 1951. And then here's the Wytheville Fire Department, 1938.
Well, look at this old wagon.
Yeah, that's nice. So then they have this little section set up here for like beekeepers. Local honey is available for sale upstairs, but and I just noticed that there's a whole bunch of little bees flying around my head.
And they can get into your ceiling and make a nest behind your ceiling.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, that could happen.
It could. So they even have a telegraph sounder here from 1890. And a homemade crystal radio with cat whiskers made by Marion Sanders in 1920. Now they have a bunch of museums here. The Haller Gibney Rock House Museum. The one we're currently in, which is the Thomas J. Boyd Great Lakes to Florida and Highway Museum. And the Wythe County Decorative Arts Museum in Homestead. And there you can see to get more information and their hours of operation.